everybody, and welcome to another episode of NFI Hammer. Now, if you haven't been following along in my journey, I only started painting miniatures about 3 months ago, and before then I'd never even held a paintbrush or looked at a miniature before. So last week I got a free miniature of the month for April, and it's this Assault Intercessor, and so I had to go at painting him. I think I did an okay job. Check out the video if you haven't watched it before. I did completely destroy his face, so that's what's going on there. He's not meant to look like that. Anyway, so I've never done any edge highlighting before, so what I've done is I've mixed some Corax White and Macabre Blue, and I've got some new paintbrushes there. Everyone in the comments was giving me helpful advice to get some smaller paintbrushes. So I thought I'd give it, a go at doing edge highlighting. And you might be asking yourself, how did I not manage to do any edge highlighting in the last 3 months? Well, I've been doing mainly Necrons, and I find with the metallics, I can't find a good way of doing any edge highlighting. So maybe if there is a way, let me know in the comments below. But, so this is really my second non-Necron 40k Ultramarine figurine, and people always suggest to use this as a introduction to some painting techniques, so I thought, why not give it a crack? And because it's free, it doesn't matter if I destroy it or not. So I'm just going to start off with his little flaps. I don't know what they're called, his little armor things at his waist here. I thought they were kind of jutting out the most, so it's probably the easiest thing to get a bit of a highlight on. But I realized the minute I started doing it, the paint was very thick, and the highlight was a lot thicker and covered a lot more area than I had expected. And then I did the side, and then it was way too thin, and I felt like I didn't put enough on. So I'm kind of just trying to understand what's going on here. And you can see my hands kind of shaking because I'm super nervous about messing it all up. And then I pull the brush downwards, and you can see here I've gone over the corner in a weird angle. So I've already made a mistake, and we're about 30 seconds in. And I'm so nervous I've forgotten where the camera was. But I just went, screw it, I'm just going to try the whole model. So I'm just, going through, trying to do anywhere that's kind of free. That I was trying to do things that only hit the sunlight. So people say, where the light would catch. But underneath his chest here, there's a rim there. So I thought I'd give it a go in highlighting. And then with the boots, I think when I cut it off the sprue, I kind of made a mistake. It didn't really work very well, but I'm kind of getting my highlighting color like all over the model, like everywhere I don't want it to be. I'm getting it on the silver thrusters, and it's looking pretty ugly and messy. But I can see the principle of it working, and I'm seeing the idea of it potentially looking really good, but it's just the implementation I'm really struggling with. I don't know if I'm using too much paint, or the paint's too deep in the brush, or my angles are wrong. I get more confident with it, but it doesn't necessarily translate to better brush strokes. It's all kind of coming together. It did take me quite a while. This is sped up 8 times. So every minute you see here is 8 minutes. So here I've just gone and got the blue out, and I'm just trying to fix up the lines because my lines went into areas of the model where I didn't want it to go. And it's sort of working. I'm sort of fixing up some mistakes here where I've gone too crazy or the line is too thick. I'm able to kind of just edge it just slightly. So even here on the flaps on the side, and it's starting to look a lot better, a lot cleaner. The lines are a lot more consistent in the size, and yeah, it's starting to kind of work. So I was kind of excited at this point because I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get it now. I mean, I need to obviously get better at applying it, but even the area of the belt buckle and everything, kind of works. So yeah, this is kind of how it looks. I'm actually now putting a bit more edge highlighting on places where I kind of went overzealous. So I got some Storm Vermin Fur, which is this nice grey layer paint, and I thought I would try doing the weapons next. So I painted this chainsword black, and the minute I put it on, I immediately went way too far into the sword. So I think maybe the paint was too much on the brush. You can see here it's a bit crazy. And then on this side, I couldn't get an angle working well for the paintbrush needed to go through the model. Obviously if I hadn't attached the weapons, I could get at it a lot easier. But because the model's already finished and completed, I was really struggling to find a good edge to kind of run my brush along. So I ended up kind of just painting it on with the tip, but you can see here I've just gone completely over it everywhere. And I'm not even sure if this is the right color. I don't know if a white would have been too bright, or if the gray is too subtle, but I just tried to do it to the gun as well here. So I was kind of enjoying the experience. It is very time consuming for such a small detail, but I think what it does give the model is, that real distinction between the different sections. And I think I get why it's such a popular practice, and it's definitely a unique skill. I've noticed that I didn't really have much experience to draw on, even though I've been trying to keep painting for 3 months. But I think the overall effect is pretty cool and pretty neat, and I'm definitely going to keep trying to build these skills. Here's what the model looked like finished, and here's it compared to what it was before the edge highlighting. So if you've got any tips or tricks, how do you edge highlight your models? Let me know in the comments below. And if you can drop a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out and keeps me motivated to keep producing content. Anyway, in the next video, I'm going to try using transfers for the first time. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Thanks for watching. See ya.